just wondering what took the goal judge so long. Hogarth seemed to know it was in, and the argument, I guess, was just over the fracas after the fact.
Fight's breaking out. Gilbert is going to go with Kevin Hatcher at center. Hatcher and Greg Gilbert.
Ooh. Watch this big kid go. Look at the big 19-year-old. That kid's 19 years old.
Here they all come.
Now everybody jumps into it. LaFontaine, little Pat LaFontaine dumped somebody, and there's a scrum line if I ever saw one. Only two players standing. Now there's still only two players standing. Hatcher is back up, so is Gilbert. The original combatants, everybody else is on their knees or on their back.
Well, they jumped in to try and help Greg Gilbert, I believe. The Islanders did, and Hatcher, who is 6'4", 207. He actually boxed at the same gym as Thomas Hearns in Detroit, is where he's from.
I'll tell you.
And he is not a young guy that you want to fool around with.
You won't see any one of these guys on either team take a backward step. There is so much animosity because of the playoff losses that the Capitals have suffered to the Islanders in the last 2 years. And boy, you know when sparks start flying, everything's going to break loose.
Scott Stevens. Power goal 11:46.
See Pat Flatley there arguing about something. Now here's the face-off right after the goal. It didn't take long for the Islanders to respond to that goal. Here's Hatcher. Oh, well, it looked as if Gilbert was going to take him out of the play, and Hatcher was actually the aggressor. Look at him. Boy, is he roughing up Greg Gilbert.
Gillies started dragging him off. Fontaine, here he comes. His son, and Peters makes that stop, and he holds on. He almost got that puck between his legs.
Boy, almost. He was in the right place at the right time. There's that positional play as you see another jam up. Boy, tempers are flaring, and you can bet the Sutters are in the middle of it, at least one of them. There's Dwayne with his back to us, number 12 for the Islanders. Pat LaFontaine's right in the middle of it, the little guy, and that's probably one of the reasons that big Gillies and Sutter are in there to protect the smaller players. How many are there anyway? About 14 Sutter brothers? Or
6 playing in the National Hockey League. Langley and Gillies pushing each other around pretty good.
Ooh, a couple of heavyweights there.
And the linesmen step in between them, and John Barrett comes over.
Oh,
I'm not sure why Barrett. I think both men are capable of handling themselves.
Well, Gillies actually had Langway's head sort of in a partial Nelson there under his arm, and two helmetless giants facing one another.
17 players, if I'm not mistaken, now left in the National Hockey League, and I'm not going to name them all, that do not wear a helmet. So the 400 plus, that's a pretty good percentage now that have gone to wearing the headgear.
Well, it's mandatory for anybody that comes into the league now, so it's a vanishing, you know, it's a dying breed, the helmetless players, so within a few years they'll all be gone.
How long do you think before the shield becomes part of the everyday wear?
Gosh, it's hard to say. You know, I think they're going to leave that optional for quite some time now. Take a look at the action in front of the net. There's Steve Conroy, 33, along with Ken Morrow, and man, are they roughing up Craig Laughlin in front of that Islanders net. Look at that. Oh. Boy, you pay the price when you stand there with a guy like Ken Morrow. The guy's 6'4", weighs about 215 pounds, and his job is virtually to move you out of there. And when you're intent on staying there, you know that it will not be without a price. To go off on a coincidental minor for Greg Adams, well, there it is right there.
Drawing major penalties, a big collision with Barrett knocking down Gilbert.
Say nothing of the 6 or 7 years before that when the Capitals were just atrocious. So that ends it.
Well, they dropped the puck and the game has ended, but the pushing and shoving continues here at the end of this battle between these two Patrick Division rivals. But hopefully cooler heads will prevail here as the Capitals have won Game 1. Game 2 will be played right here at the Capitol Center tomorrow night. Game 3 and 4. Game 3 on, for Saturday. Now Gillies coming over to say something to one of the Capitals there.
He's taking the long road home, isn't he? His door is over on the other side of the ice. He keeps curving around and hanging around the Capitals. He's telling them, look out for tomorrow night, guys. We're not going to die. We're not going to shrivel up and disappear. We are the New York Islanders. This is an organization full of pride, winning tradition that has been established in New York. You know, a guy like Clark Gillies isn't going to just turn into a shrinking violet and disappear.
Well, Hogarth apparently has things pretty much under control. The only goal in the third period, Bill Clement, was led by Dave Christian, the big insurance goal. Despite the Islanders out shooting Washington heavily, the Capitals come up with a win.